What's good, people? Check the reasoning. Today is a very informative topic. It's about the expiration of the BRP. BRP is just a biometric residence permit card that you're given in the UK when you stabilize your immigration status. Now, the BRP will expire on the 24th of December. I can't remember which month. I mean, sorry, which day, but on that month, at the end of that month, it will expire. But I think people have been asking me, what's the situation? Like, how we gonna travel? Da 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 da. But I'll break it down for you in this video. But you have to pay attention. Realize most of my videos is like I'm on some sort of informative way I go about certain things, But anyways, let's not get off track. So the BRP is just a biometric residence permit that you get in the UK. I'll put a picture up or something like that. But anyways, yeah. So it expires. So everyone who holds a BRP will register themselves online on an online portal. This is the news that's coming out so far. But they will all be expired. Now you'd have to register yourself online. Don't worry, your status will remain the same. Because people have been asking me this, how they might try to set you up and take what we could steal what them give it. No. It's just gonna be more electronic. This will affect a lot of elderly people because they're not digital wise. The digital literacy is not up to the par. So everyone that has a BRP, whether EU or Caribbean, but this is mostly for Caribbean and African people anyway, because this affects us anyway, but not anymore. Even you EU citizens that have the BRP holders, some of them might be affected. Okay. Thing about this is you have to register yourself online. There's an online portal that's gonna come out, that's what they're saying. And you register yourself, your status will remain the same. You could have your share code, send it to your employers, da. But that's not the meat of the matter. That's not what people want to know. Majority of people want to know is when we're coming back into the country, how does this work? And how does the traveling situation works with without a BRP? Because when you go abroad, right, and you're coming back in the UK, you have your BRP card, you show it, they scan it or they look at it and match with your passport, and they know that you're returning resident. They come back in the country, no problem. Now, without your BRP, it's going to have an online portal. I think it will be the same thing, but the problem with this is now everything is going to be digitalized. You coming back into a country and they're going to check, type in da. Sometimes their system might not be up to date. Because, okay, let me break it down, all right? Let me break it down. You go Spain, right? You have your Schengen visa, you go Spain, you're coming back from Spain into the UK. You're at Spain airport or whatever the airport name is, wherever airport you go, right? In Europe or Jamaica or Caribbean, wherever, you're coming back. Now, when you're coming back now, they have to rectify that you are a resident in the UK. How would they do that? Because you would not be holding a biometric permit anymore because it's expired. So how would they check that you're a legal resident? This is where the online portal comes in. They'll type in and check your name, da. The problem with that is their system might not be up to date with your residency in the UK. That's why the biometric card was so important, because either they scan it or they look at it or whatever and they let you through. And then you come to Heathrow or Gatwick and then they scan your card and look at it and they let you through. The biometric card was very important. It's very necessary. I don't know why they're getting rid of it, because when you go on holiday, now their system abroad might not be up to date. So how exactly are you going to prove your residency? You're going to have an e-visa, right? They're going to give you an e-visa, electronic visa, online portal, right? You're not going to need anything else. But this is the problem. Coming back into the country, this is where the hassle is going to come in. Do you understand? This is where the problem is. It's going to be very difficult to prove your status coming back in. So I would suggest people in the first year of 2025 do not travel. BRP holders or have your BRP and you're going to register yourself online, but do not travel until systems are up to date for you, or you see how it plays out, or see how the law works for you to get back in the country. Do not travel and you don't know these things. Yes, you could register yourself online to verify your status and live in the country and said, yes, you can travel, da 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 da, XYZ. But don't leave the country within that year and you don't know how you're going to come back in. Because you don't know. Don't just jump on a plane. Oh, I'm going Spain. I'm going this. I'm going Africa. And your residence permit, and you don't. And even if you register yourself, but how would they prove you at those airport in France, or that you're a resident in the UK? They're gonna type in, and sometimes those systems are not up to date. Not every system is going to be up to date with your status. So how would you know which system is up to date with your status? Most European countries probably will be, but you don't want to take that chance because things can get corrupted real quick, real easy on systems, on digitalized systems. You understand? So don't, within the first year, don't just jump on a plane and go, oh, yeah, because I got my res. No, you're going to find yourself in a way problem trying to get back into the country because a lot of people have bills, they have job to get back. You don't want to lose your job. You don't want to stuck with a whole lot of bills. You don't want to can't come back in the country, access your things. You can't, it's going to be very difficult coming back. You got your clothes, you got your family to see, you got your job to come back. It's going to be very difficult to come back in the country and you don't even know how the system is going to transpire. This is what caused a lot of EU residents problems right now in the UK. A lot of EU nationals that have their settled status, right? Some of them are doing late settling applications, and lots of them when they coming back into the UK, they're getting denied. I read a story of this Italian guy. He had a decision from the Home Office said, oh yes, a paper that said, oh yeah, he can travel and come back and await his settlement scheme decision. He went for a birthday and coming back into the UK, they would not let him through. Now he lost his job. He has loads of bills. He can't come back and see his sister, his daughter, his family because he done a late settlement. Loads of European people are facing this problem because they done late application for settlement scheme because most European people are not when it comes on to the immigration, it's oblivious to them. They never had to face this type of thing. It's not their fault. Mostly people like from the Africa, Caribbean, something, they know how to regularize their status. Most of them knows how to, before you travel, do this and do that. Lots of European people are facing this problem with their settlement because they done late applications, and some of them when they come back, even they've been granted a position to travel and come back and await the decision. When they're coming back, that decision is made right there on the border for them, so they send them back to Italy or France or Bulgaria or wherever they come from. So they're doing late and they've been living here for a very long time. A lot of European people are facing this problem, the same as how Caribbean people and African people was facing this, and South Americans was facing this problem. So I'm saying like the Windrush community was a prime example of that. The Windrush community, they've been living here for like 60, 30 years. Come to find out, oh yeah, they were illegal residents, da 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 da. They can't access pension. They made like things on paper are different than things in real life. That guy, that Italian guy, got a paper to say, yeah, I could travel and come back and await my decision. It said it in writing, but on paper, coming back is a whole different thing. It's a whole different ballgame. They changed the rule. Someone says they changed the rule in the middle of the game. You know, so I would advise everyone with a BRP, like, yeah, register yourself, like by December times or at the end of 20. But by next year, you could register yourself online, and people in your family try and get them to register themselves online as well. You know, because you don't want to do something late and then the law change, and you know what I mean. Don't be one of these people that ignorance to these type of stuff, because you're gonna have to register yourself because it's gonna be, things are changing. You know, the only problem is within the first year of these system changing over, do not travel BRP. Even if you register yourself and then they come back and said, oh yeah, you have your e-visa, you could go here, you could go there. Do not travel because you're going to find yourself, their system is not up to date, letting you back. Your status will not be up to date on their system, letting you back into the country. So do not travel. Do not trust, oh yeah, it's on paper, it's on the company. No, don't be ignorant, and don't be, oh yeah, don't just listen to what they're saying. Listen to your common sense. Don't just, you know, ignorance is bliss. That's what they say, bliss or. But yeah, that's what's like my breakdown of it. Like, you don't wanna Yeah, register yourself. Should register yourself. I mean, make sure you help your family members out, the elderly, because they're going to be affected by this. People are in their fourth, no, like 50s or 60s. They're not, you know what I mean? They're not used to these type of things. Just have their card and they travel back and forth and they apply for it. That's it. But things are changing, more digitalized. So you're going to have to help your family members out, BRP holders, digitize themselves online, you know? Don't just say, I got my stay, da 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 da. Don't be like that, because coming back in, you're gonna find yourself, and it's gonna cost you a whole bunch of money to get lawyer and get back paperwork and do this and prove this, and then you're gonna have to reapply for settlement and come back. It's gonna be a whole bunch of carouges. So don't just listen to what they're saying. Use your common sense as well. You know? Yeah. Because it's gonna be a very interesting year, like for BRP holders. You know? Yeah, man. Don't just jump on a plane and travel and come back. Like this, the problem is coming back into the country. Your system, if you're coming back from one of these European countries, yes, the system might be up to date, but not everyone. You know how much countries in over 28 countries, almost 30 countries in Europe or something like that. I don't know. But not all of them. Or if you go Africa with your BRP coming back, a lot of my Nigerian peoples do not go Africa within the first year because you register. How are you gonna come back into the UK? You think those system in Lagos is going to be up to date? People going into the Caribbean, don't just come back. Go and come back. You think those systems in the Caribbean are going to be up to date to know that you're a resident in the UK to let you back through? I'm not talking when you land at Gatwick or Heathrow, you know. I'm talking again on a plane to come back here in UK. So don't just jump on a plane and go and think you're going to, all willy-nilly, I got my resident. No. It's going to be very difficult. At least wait. I give the benchmark a year. People are saying, oh, so what? We can't travel within the first. Well, you can travel, you know. But coming back is going to be the problem. So would you sacrifice your whole time, your job, and everything that you've built up to not get let back in the country? It's going to be a very, very warm 2025 for hot summer for 2020 for BRP holders. So do your traveling from now. So by next year, you have to do more traveling. At least sit down a year, at least don't do more traveling. Because you don't know. You don't know if they're going to let you back in the country or not, because the system is going to say one thing when you're coming back, it's going to be a different thing. How are you going to prove to these system coming back here that you're a resident? How? With the BRP card, you could have easily proven it. I'll show my resident card and come back. Easily. Yeah? And I would say it affects a lot of black people, but not just black people anymore. It's a lot of European people this is affecting as well. A lot. One person I know, I told him, like, bro, you need to, you grew up here, but I was like, bro, go online and fix up your settlement scheme. The thing is, yeah, there's a lot of people that grew up here that things like these are not, like, they don't know because in their family, they don't have to, but one and two person that was born to a foreign mother or something like that, grew up here and then they find themselves, oh yeah, they're kicking them back out of the country. There's a Portuguese guy that born here, but his mom is EU, so automatically should be before, like, and then no, they never. The thing is, it's a very complicated process out here because in the UK there's no right to birth citizenship. The child citizenship is determined on the parents' status in the UK. UK is not like America. America, when you're born, you're automatically a citizen. Whether your parents are legal or got residence or they're a citizen, it doesn't matter in America. They're born straight away, they're automatic citizen. The child. In the UK, it's a bit different. The child's status is dependent on the parents, That's how it works in the UK. Your citizenship and your status, like a lot of kids are born here and their parents didn't neutralize them, naturalization, and sometimes the kids never had the parents never had their stay, so the child end up stateless until a certain age, and then you have to pay a lawyer to rectify it. But the child is like, well, I was born here. Like, how is this? How I'm not a citizen? How I'm not a resident? Because your parents did not register you. I mean, they register you, you get birth paper and everything, but you have to register your child on a naturalization to let them know that, okay, well, I was born here, but my parents' status, like, and my status is like president permit, I'm an EU settler, one of my parents is born, one of my parents is an English citizen. You know what I mean? So you have to register your child in the UK under this type of naturalization and the settlement scheme that you were on whenever you have a child that's born in the UK. This country, UK, hasn't got a birthright citizenship. It doesn't work that way. The child status is dependent on the parents. You understand? Yeah. I mean, if you're born and going in the UK and then your child born here, that means yeah, the child is automatic. But at the same time, that child status is dependent on you. In America, it doesn't work that way. In America, he's born, boom, straight away, he's an American citizen. That's how it works. So don't be ignorant like, oh, da 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 da. So your BRP, register yourself when the time comes, right? Help your family members out, register them, and don't just jump on a plane in 2025 and travel. Wait for news, wait for updates, wait to see the stipulation of getting back into the country, what you need to do, da 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 da. Don't just jump on a plane and go. Don't get stuck out the airport. I can't come back into the country because yes, my record measure. No. Do not be ignorant to the fact that, oh yeah, this grants you permission to enter back into the UK. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way, okay? But anyway, that was my little rant. That was my little check the reasoning, you understand? So that's how the thing set, you understand? I would tell you guys to like and share, but I don't really my thing. That who watch it, who don't. I just how the thing set. You know what I mean? We get money either way. I like to share a bit of knowledge from time to time and talk about my little thing. I had this channel for a long time, but you don't know, you know what I mean? Hustle first, you don't know. One love, one life, one unity. Chill out. Bye.